Good morning, everyone. Luriel Kari Jimquisition signing on for 9 minutes of the morning, and then we'll go into the afternoon, and we'll do that with Roguelands. So today, I have a very particular set of goals. Well, exactly one set. I'm going to be organizing my inventory, clearing some space, and I'm going to make absolutely every one of the gauntlets and staves. And then I'm going to level a couple, and that's what I'm going to do today. So where should I make my space? Well, I can put some here. Awesome. Alright, so that's going to be gauntlets, and ideally this will be staves. In fact, flat out will be staves. As I already have some made, so that's excellent. I have some made because I was going to, if he did a staves update, I don't need these. I mean, I like them, but I don't need them. If he was going to release staves and gauntlets with the last update, I wanted to be ready, and it turned out to be necessary, but I was prepared. So that's what that is. Let's see quickly if I browse the wiki. Which ones I've already made, and then I'll put these in the right spots and we'll be good to go. So staves, hello staves, where is you? Those are the ultimate gauntlets. Those look cool. There are some really cool ones. Okay, so first I have the Sage's Staff, which is from the Thorn Wall, which is the 4th one. So there, and it's the Omega, so that's in the right spot. Alright, then we have the Caster Sword, which is, where are you, Caster Sword? The second to last, Darkened. Cool. And then we have Darkness, which is the last Darkened. Neat. Then I've got another Seraphim, which we'll just put there, and a Nirvana, which we will put there. Alright, so I need to make 1, 2, 3, the first tiers. And we got the gauntlets too. So first things first. We'll just make them. That's the first thing. Okay, cool. Go over here. Come on. Don't do that to me. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so first setup is good. Yes, yes, yes. All the plans are coming to fruition. And then gauntlets can go here. And I'm gonna need. Am I gonna need more? I'm gonna need 6, 12. That's 120, so that's fine. I'm fine for all those. Okay, cool. We're all right. So that's the first tier. So now we'll put those back. And then we'll grab these and make the second set for each of these. Boom, 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 and then boom, 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 and then boom, boom, boom. Okay, I think that should be good. And the Seraphim's there. I don't know why I put that there. That's fine. Cool. And then gauntlets. You can go here. Neat. Progress is being made, slowly but surely. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum. Me and my stickler for doing everything in the exact right spot. Okay, so for this one, I do need these. And then and then I only need one of these, I think. And was it two of those? Wait a minute. For staves. No, one of each. Okay, that's fine. That's totally cool. Boom, boom. Woohoo! So this will go there, and this will go there. And these can go there, and Alright. So now I've made them all, so I'm going to quickly put all this stuff back. Check this. Always checking that. Save and quit. Go back in. Go back in. Go back in. Alright, so this is going to be an interesting, long, boring set. And I figure the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to level 3 staves of video. And I'll do a lot of this off video, but I'm going to level the first 3 on camera. Yeah. So first you go there. And then you go here. We select you. Cool. You can go back. And we're good to go. So, not much is going to be happening with Roguelands. I don't know how many actual videos I will post. I do need people to suggest things, or I'll just start doing other games while I wait until I think of things, which is going to be few and far between for Roguelands. Much as I love the game, there's very little I can add at this time to what's already here. And that's because I've pretty much reached all the end game there is. It makes for very boring videos without a completion point in the game. So I don't want to be boring. I want to do interesting new things. Be playing a lot of Starbreak, ideally, and having some fun with that. That's pretty much the only game I plan on playing some interesting amounts of in the near future. No, you don't. I'm gonna get some rings, or at least chances at rings. Okay, no rings in any of the... Oh, why'd you do that? You just let them have you. You let them take you. It was a terrible decision you made. Not even one ring. Sad face. And expected. So, this isn't even going to be a long video. I mean, well, it shouldn't be. I don't know how long this will actually take. I might not even do all 3 staves if it feels like it's getting super boring. Just don't have much to add. I mean, again, when you've done what I've done already, I would be playing to farm and get ready and enjoy myself, but it's not something that would be interesting to witness. You know, you like watching. I'm not saying you in particular to anybody. I'm just saying generally people prefer to watch videos of stuff they haven't seen before, or stuff they haven't seen before within a game they like. And there's nothing that people haven't seen before in Roguelands at this time, I feel. I feel like pretty much we've exhausted what there is for content for a YouTube series until I can say I'm just starting a new character and completing the game with them. Which is something I do plan on doing when 1.0 comes out and there's an end game. Because we need an end game for this to be interesting for any real amount of time. I'm super excited about it, but we're talking at least a month. I figure it'll be at least a month. He hasn't said that explicitly, but I'm having a hard time imagining all the things that he wants to add being in an update that is less than a month. I mean, it's always possible. Just can't envision it. I can't envision it as a thing. So that is what it is. I mean, it's not a big deal. we just got to be patient. We got to be strong. We got to endure the wait time. Meanwhile, there are a lot of other things, interesting things happening. I have fixed my budget problem. I'll now be able to afford No Man's Sky before release. I don't even recommend pre-ordering it. I mean, apparently it comes with a bonus ship, but you're going to be able to make better ships eventually, so if you're willing to be patient, it's actually not encouraged to pre-order a game. I want to do it so that I can start streaming it right away, start showing people what the game is like, to be one of those people to help you develop an impression, to see whether you want to buy it. I don't know if anybody watching me follows the Jimquisition, which I should try to put a link to. Not that he needs support or anything, he gets a lot of viewers, at least I think he does. I'll have to double check that. Anyways, he is a really great YouTuber. I enjoy watching him. He's got a sarcastic, kind of egotistical personality in character. But he's... rarely have I disagreed with his opinions on things, and it's nice to be able to say that about someone who's doing the reviews of things I enjoy, because I can look at what he's done at this point now, after seeing him be exactly the way, or say the exact thing that I already felt about a character or a game or whatever it happens to be. He's been right enough times, in my opinion, that I can now reliably look to him as a source of knowledge for my own stuff. If he says something's good or bad, he'll explain the reasons, and I will actually make a decision partially based on that. So thank you, Jim Sterling, for making my life and budget a little easier. Unfortunately, I need a better computer to play the new Doom, so I'm going to have to save Doom Guy's lovely Persona enjoyment for later. Meanwhile, I'll just have to watch YouTubers play that game. But No Man's Sky doesn't seem like it's going to need dramatic graphics to do what it's going to do. That doesn't seem to be its purpose. It's going to be more Minecraftian, seed-based, with simple world layouts, etc. Welcome, Limpala. Nice to meet you. See you this morning. I've seen you plenty of times, so it's not meeting you. Anyways, but yeah, Jim Sterling, definitely give him a look. He has specifically talked about, and this is why I brought him up, the pre-order culture, and how it's really our responsibility as the consumers to not purchase games ahead of time and encourage pre-orders and the bonuses. They had a place when you were reserving a physical copy of something to make sure you could get it on day one, but now you can always get it on day one. And every time we give them their money before their game is released, we're essentially saying we're just taking our chance on you, forget it, you don't need to even finish what you're doing. It's like an early access risk without the early access, which is another thing he talks about and does need to be cautiously looked at. That said, I want No Man's Sky to be successful. I want it to be exactly what they said it was going to be. If it's even close, it'll be really awesome. If it's not, it wouldn't necessarily surprise me, sadly, but it would be a disappointment. If it even, like I said, has half of the quality that they say it's supposed to, it'll be a game spectacular beyond words. Just a wild exploration space game, the kind that I was hoping I would get when I started playing EVE Online, before I realized it was an economy simulator. I've long said, because I can't speak well today, that EVE Online's big problem is that it has the same super strength and super weakness. It might be the most realistic in terms of the vastness and the way it would play out in space in terms of the economy, and how the sense of scale is amazing in that game. But it's also suffers from the fact that it takes forever to get anywhere, which makes sense, but it's irritating. And you have particular places you'll want to visit. So that makes, instead of exploring a giant space, you're trying to get to particular points in this giant space. And I don't like how strong the PvP aspect is, and I don't like that you're spending a monthly subscription for real-time time in-game it takes to build a character's abilities. You can set something to go, the later abilities can take days or weeks to learn, and that may make sense. Again, it's realistic to take time to train yourself to do the things that your characters are doing, but it's boring, really boring, and it's really money eating, because that's what they're after with that. More time spent paying for the game to get to access to the things that you want and only finally then at the end do you find out whether it was good or not for you. So anyways, I've gotten onto a kind of tangent, but the gist of what I'm saying is I want No Man's Sky to be what I was hoping for in a space exploration simulator. I want it to be Minecraft in space, building better ships and exploring new planets and flying freely around, and maybe even occasionally grouping with someone or another player, depending on how that actually pans out. If it doesn't perfect, I'm still happy with a single-player experience. But you shouldn't pre-order it. I'm only pre-ordering it for the stream, so you guys can see what it will look like. You pre-order it, if too many people do what I know, do as I say, not as I do, but if too many people keep pre-ordering all the games that they want and they're looking forward to, they're supporting bad behavior by developers, is what they're doing. And I technically could, not pre-order it and then download it the day of, but I have limited space and time and bandwidth, and I want to be able to day one pump out videos right away, even if they're not the greatest quality, because we'll see exactly what my computer can handle, so you can see what the gameplay's like, and whether you'd enjoy it, and whether it's worth buying. And that's another thing, it's a $60 price tag right now. And it's an indie game at $60, and there was a huge dispute and conflict about that. People upset at its price for an indie game, saying that's AAA pricing and it's not fair. Well, I don't see that it's unfair if the game is up to snuff. It's just not what you expect from an indie game. Indie games don't inherently have to be cheap. They usually are because of what they are and how they came about. But if a game is worth it, took enough development time from a group, even a small group of individuals, they deserve the same income if the game is that spectacular. I've played games for hundreds of hours that should have been more money. The Binding of Isaac comes to mind. It deserves more income than it received for raw number of hours I've put into that spectacular little game. I got way more than my money's worth. And they're still going to release another bit of content for a price tag, but again, 400 or 500 hours or some ridiculous number of hours in a game that cost me originally, I think, $15, and then another 10 or 15 or whatever it was for Afterbirth, and that's just super cheap. 1 second. Anyways, so basically, we'll judge its price based on whether it turns out to be worth it after I've started playing it. And then there are games that are spectacular beyond words that I haven't been terribly interested by, that I need to invest more time into to give a fair shake, like The Witcher 3, a game that pretty much is universally praised by everybody that I have respected in terms of their reviews, bored me after a couple hours, and that could be my own failings, and almost certainly, based on what they say, is, and I need to give it more time. But even having been bored by it, and that might be blasphemy to some, I know it's a good game, and I respect it greatly, and I've seen the detail that went into it. I think that more games should be like that. I do have to give that one more of a chance. I don't know if I'd ever stream it, though maybe that'd make it worth it to me. Just playing a little bit every day instead of these massive time chunks that other people do, or every few days, and seeing if maybe I get more out of it the next time through. And again, I haven't gotten very far. I think I've killed my first major monster, and I started exploring the next zone, and then got distracted by real life, and then stopped entirely, if I'm recalling the exact process. So, is what it is. That's life sometimes. So, I'm getting ready. I think we're gonna... Oh, I see you, Glitterbug. I can't really do much for you. Actually, I'm holding a staff. This is faith-based? Yes, it is. Come on. I can kill you eventually. You can't escape forever. Come on. Let's clear you out so I can do this. Do I have magic? No. I do not. Cool. I should probably not kill him that far away. Oh, please, just drift a little bit closer. I don't care about the credits from him, I just want the little pack. Give me the mystery gift. Come on. Oh. Oh. So close. Yes! I win. So yeah, I'll call this stream quickly, and then I'll go into Starbreak, which does have new interesting things to explore, though that may get repetitive too. And I'm saying that because it's a roguelike style, and if I never get past the first zone, no one's going to care. So that is how that is. I just blew it. Now I gotta go through one more level, but it's a chaos level, so we'll just quickly do it. We'll do this in advance, so when I get out of here, I don't have to think about it twice. Boom. Okay, what the? I can't believe I failed to jump. Actually, I can totally believe it, but I'm disappointed by it. So what have I talked about today? A lot of weird things. Nothing to do with Roguelands, that's for sure, other than lack of content and disappointment. I'm praying that it gets its update in about a month and not longer, but I want Sean to do right by it because I do adore this game. So we'll see what happens. If this is all you're watching today, then L'Oreal Kari is the question signing off. If you are interested in seeing more of what I'm playing, I'm going to be playing Starbreak in about a minute, however long it takes me to alter and switch my stream. So, thanks for watching.